This is the English Literature Web YouTube channel. I am Prof.L.B.Gayakawad, who is teaching here today the poem Mutability by Edmund Spenser, part 3 and video number 25th. Here we have seen that the poet Edmund Spenser is talking on the character of the mutability which has killed everything on the earth, or which has made changes in the life of the nature, or I will say man, because man is the particular factor on the earth, and it is the factor which is common factor, but the nature is there, supernatural elements are there, all these things are there, but all these things are changed by the mutability here according to Edmund Spenser. So again, now we will say that Spenser admits that the mutability is experienced in the form of the seasons. Remember, according to Edmund Spenser, the mutability is nothing but the arrival of the seasons upon the earth. It means that when the seasons come upon the earth, the seasons show their duties or show their responsibilities or features or characteristics, and these seasons are nothing but they are the messengers of the mutability. How we will see. The spring season decorates the earth. According to Edmund Spenser, when the spring season comes upon the earth, this spring season decorates the earth. It means that all the trees, or all the small plants are loaded with flowers, and everything is very beautiful on the earth, and that's why here the spring season is the messenger of the mutability. So if we want to see the mutability, we can see this mutability in the form of the seasons. Then there is the autumn season, and this autumn season destroys the nature, that is the earth. Means when the autumn comes upon the earth, then this autumn season kills the beauty of the earth. Means this, according to P.B. Shelley, I will say here that this autumn is nothing but the particular killer to the earth. Means here again I will say that John Keats has also said that this autumn is the particular season which kills the beautiful things on the earth. It means that if there is the flowers loaded on the trees, this particular autumn falls them down, and this becomes the death of those flowers. And in this way here I will say that Edmund Spenser is also talking that this mutability kills all this nature, and that's why here the season is the particular messenger of the mutability, that is the final god, I will say. The summer also makes a loss of the earth, that is the humanity. So here Edmund Spenser has given the example of the summer season which comes upon the earth, and it also makes the loss of the earth because of the summer. Heat is there, and due to this heat, all the beauty or all the coldness or all the easiness becomes a roughness on the earth, and in this way this summer kills the goodness on the earth. And that's why we can say that these seasons are also the factors which are sent by the mutability on the earth, and the earth changes only because of these seasons, and that's why these seasons are the, I will say, messengers of the mutability. And so we can see this mutability in the form of the seasons. There is the winter which preserves and destroys also. Remember here Edmund Spenser is talking about the winter season which comes and it preserves means what? It decorates many things and also destroys many things on the earth, and that's why here the winter is also the, I will say, example of the mutability, and thus this is the real force of the mutability according to Spenser. The mutability is weighted and strong. According to Edmund Spenser, this mutability is nothing but very strong factor. It is like the God. It is the messenger of God. And that's why he says that the mutability is very strong, very weighted. Means nobody can defeat this mutability. Means this mutability brings death to man. So nobody can stop this death, according to John Donne also. Because according to John Donne, we can stop the death by our great works. Means if man is doing great works, then this death can be stopped. Otherwise, the death comes to man and kills this man. But if the man has great activities, or if man is doing his great activities, then the importance of this death goes to be lost. Otherwise, this death is very much powerful in the life of this man, and that's why this mutability brings the death to man, and so it is very weighted, or it is very strong. This mutability is a part of the nature, and it runs with the roles of the nature. Means always this mutability is found, is observed in the form of the nature. When we see the nature outside, the trees are there. In the spring season, the trees are loaded with flowers, and then in the autumn season, these all flowers are fallen down. Means all this situation when we see, then we can say that this is the mutability which is available with all these things. And that's why here we can say that this mutability kills as well as preserves the society. It is the mutability which is present in all objects on the earth. Remember, there are many objects on the earth, there are many lives on the earth, or there are many identities, entities on the earth in which there is the mutability available, according to Edmund Spenser. This mutability only shapes the object, that is, it is the mother creator to all the matters on the earth. Remember, Edmund Spenser says that this mutability is nothing but the mother to create all the objects on the earth. Again, Spenser guides that the mutability only gives death to all the objects on the earth. Means all the objects are dead on the earth, and this is nothing but the work of the mutability, according to Edmund Spenser. Therefore, the poet Edmund Spenser is very much unhappy a lot, because he knows it is the rule of human life. When Edmund Spenser looks the deaths of his friends, relatives, then he becomes very unhappy, and he goes against this mutability, because this is done by this mutability, and this mutability has killed many relatives, many friends of Edmund Spenser, and that's why here Edmund Spenser has become very much unhappy over this mutability, and that's why here Edmund Spenser is talking about this mutability. Man loves his darling things, but that love stands as fruitless and futile, as per the poet. Remember, there is man. Man loves all the darling things, but all these darling things die. And that's why this life is nothing but futile, is very in vain, or I will say this life is very useless life, because the things which are loved by us, those things die or go away from us, and that's why this happens with the person, and that's why here man is always unhappy because of this mutability. But that love is there, which is there with us, and we love always our dearest and our nearest, but all these lovers also die, and that's why here this life is very much fruitless, according to the poet, or futile, according to the poet, because the darling relations only disturb the poet. And remember, when all these darling relations or all these darling persons are killed by this mutability, the poet becomes very unhappy, or common persons are also become very unhappy, and this happens only because of the mutability, according to the poet. Though we preserve anything with love, though the poet says that though we have many things with loving matter, or when we have our mothers, fathers, or when we have our children, or when we have our friends, relatives, and we preserve them very lovingly, but all these things go away from us, means they die. And that's why here the poet is very unhappy, because all these things end and end only. And that's why the poet says that this mutability should not be there in the life of a person. But this mutability is nothing but the messenger of the final God, and that's why here Edmund Spenser has accepted the importance of this mutability finally. And in this way, the poet says that this life is nothing but the fruitless mutability as per the poet, and this life is nothing but the transitory. So here Shakespeare has also said that this life is transitory. Here Edmund Spenser is also talking that this life is transitory. William Wordsworth has also talked that this life is transitory. P.B. Shelley has also called or also invited the particular mutability as the killing thing, means he also says that this life is futile. Means all the poets or all the sages or hermits have said that this life is very much futile or useless. But if man does the great activities in his life, this mutability is defeated by that man's great works. Here today we have finished the part 3 and video number 25. Again we will meet in the next video with a new lecture. Till then we will stop. Thank you very much.